you buy PlayStation every game ever for 10 grand.
Can you tell us a little bit about
Show me something.
Awesome. Here we go.
Red orb.
So, yeah, exactly. What we're seeing here is the first playable of the game around the world here, exclusive to Gamescom here. You can go to the Microsoft booth in the Hall 8 to check it out. And we're starting off here. We have the senior producer, Jdog is planned for us. He's showing us this is Mission 2 in the game. It's kind of an abridged version of Mission 2. And we're starting off with Nero here. He's collecting some red orbs. And he's going to show us how the Devil Breakers work.
Okay, because of course, Nero, when he first came into the game, he had the Devil Bringer, which was his demon arm. And it's good to see that mechanic come back into the series as a way to kind of bridge the gap between enemies, pull them closer so they can't escape.
Definitely. So, it's great that you brought that up, that you brought up Devil May Cry 4 and the Devil Bringer, because the idea for the Devil Breakers is that they are going to serve out kind of similar functionality to the Devil Bringer, but they're also going to add new moves and new ways for people to play as Nero. But it's interesting because for Itsuno-san, the origin of the Devil Breaker, and in fact the origin of Devil May Cry 5 itself, was he had this image in his head of, they've put all this effort into creating the Devil Bringer, and what if they took that away then, after all that effort? And he had this image of
B for badass.
with these mechanical arms. One of them breaks, and then he goes, "Oh crap!" And then he shoves his arm down, and he pulls out another one out of the holster. He's like, "All right, I'm ready to get back into the battle."
I love that. I think that is such a cool idea. When I first saw the trailer, I actually thought it was going to be, you had one arm, maybe it was customizable, and then as soon as I was playing the demo, at one point I realized I didn't have any arm. It was just a nub.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of pick them up as you go along the map. And am I right in thinking that they have different abilities?
You're correct. So there are going to be 8 different kinds of Devil Breakers. And so if you look on the bottom right of the screen here, as you're watching,
Look at that down there.
Oh, cool.
You're going to see that.
Right where we're in the way.
Right where our big dumb fat heads
2
are.
out of 4 slots of Devil Breakers. So as you use the Devil Breakers, what will happen is there's 3 different ways that they can break. One is if you take damage while you're using them, while you're using one of the moves. The next thing is there's 2 different kinds of moves. There's a normal Devil Breaker action, and then there is what we call Breakage, which is you hold in, on Xbox, you would hold in the B button and wait until the arm charges, and then you do like a super move. So, for instance, with Overture, what he's got which he's using right now, that would be a time bomb that he would be able to implant into one of the enemies, and then if he shoots the enemy or if he just lets the time go out, then it'll explode and cause massive damage. There's another one. In the demo, we have 2 different Devil Breakers that you can play as, Overture and then Gerbera. And so for Gerbera, it's more like a Shinku Hadouken kind of thing that we call the Stamen Ray.
I think I actually used that one when I was playing the demo. Is that the one that's essentially a Kamehameha blast?
Exactly.
I did that one. I was blasting some demons in the middle of in this building here, actually.
Right over here, right? With the new Hell Kaina, right?
It was very satisfying. Recommend it to everyone playing the demo.
It feels really good. And the Gerber is really cool because there's actually 2 different breakage moves you can do. There's the Stamen Ray, and then there's one called Petal Ray. And so if you do that in the air, it's going to be a different super move, essentially. It's going to be one where you're going to have all these crossing lasers instead of the Kamehameha type of Shinku Hadouken thing.
That sounds...
Stamen Ray.
Stamen Ray,
yes.
ペタルレイは放射レーザーですね。
反射レーザーですね。
Yeah, that sounds great. Obviously, DMC is known for its stylish combat. Alongside
so you can pick up additional arms throughout the level.
That was that right there.
So if you... Oh, wow.
That Stamen Ray
is going full Super
showing
Saiyan.
off here, exactly. And see, and so now it broke, so now you'll see the counter went down, but then he went and picked up another one on the floor.
Okay,
and
so that's cool.
Nico, his partner, has developed these different Devil Breakers.
Yeah.
And she's in the canon of the game, anyways. She's gone through the levels and she's actually placed them in the levels so that as you run out of them, hopefully you can find more throughout the level, or you can actually buy them in the in-game store. In the game store being the Devil May Cry van, where you can use red orbs, for instance, to purchase.
Right. So,
I love the van. I think the candy van is a great option.
in the game, as I said, we've got the Red Queen back. Has that changed much from how it was used in the previous installment?
Excellent question. Red Queen はDMC4 からなんか変わったりしますか？
そうですね。もっとデビル4の時よりも機械的に説得力のあるデザインになってるんで、細かいとこまでできてるんでよく見てほしい。
I love when he revs that up.
So Okabe-san is actually showing off the new design of the Red Queen there. Well, at least from a design perspective, yeah. We've taken a lot more effort to actually redesign it a little bit so that it feels more mechanical.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea is that you can rev it up and get that extra power out of it, right?
Which I gotta say is just the most satisfying thing in the world. I never knew how much I wanted to.
Why is he doing the worm?
Right?
Why are you doing the worm?
And you're able to hit the enemy and then time it just right so that you can charge up the level on it.
I like that.
It does feel you're doing kamehamehas with one hand. You're hitting
Yes.
people with a motorbike sword with
Exactly.
the other one. It's so satisfying.
But I mean, of course, we still got the blue rose though.
Yes,
Still got the blue rose.
of course. Yeah, has that changed much in how it's implemented?
今回ブルーローズは弾をねチェンジできるんです
ほう
カバーから弾をチェンジして撃つと強力な
I thought you'd only get one of those per level.
やってくれます
So
I'm glad there's
so
multiple to
what's
pick
gonna
up. That's
happen is
cool.
With the blue rose, you're going to be able to load the gun. You're going to be able to do this load action with the gun. And by doing that, then you're going to load in 2 different kinds of bullets. And by loading in those 2 different kind of bullets and then firing, you see what happens is you get this kind of multiple hit gunshot out of it.
What?
体
Wow.
力ゲージのところの下に6発弾の絵があるでしょ
Now see, when he loads the gun, see now on the UI there, underneath the health,
Yeah.
you'll see these bullets. There's 6 different bullets that show up. And so
Oh yeah, I see him
リ
there.
ロードすると
Yep.
6発全部変わってで
when
2
you
発ず
reload,
つ3回
you can reload all 6, and then yeah, you have 3 different shots. Basically, you can shoot it 3 times powered up.
That's amazing. Yeah, it looks great. And obviously the combat is not just, over a wide variety. It's also the whole point of it is that it's supposed to look stylish.
Exactly. あれですよね。結局ね、アクションで言えばね、やっぱりスタイル目指すと思いますけど。Oh, there we go. There's
Whoa.
the right there.
That was
That is
cool.
amazing.
And if you
Smoking
do-
sexy style.
all of Nero's moves with the Devil Breakers in mind, with the idea that okay, how can people then pull off their own brand of stylish moves and stylish combos with the Devil Breakers?
Right. I mean, that's one thing I noticed when I was playing the demo. I had a whole fight for maybe 3 minutes. I never even touched the ground. It's this
Nice.
continuous, fighting where you can just pull someone up with
Yep.
them, pull them
Aw,
up,
dude.
just never ending.
Well, exactly. And the wire snatch, actually, that's a really great thing to bring up. So in Devil May Cry 4, you had the Devil Bringer, and the Devil Bringer you could actually use to pull in your enemies.
Big
right?
old hands, yeah.
Which I always thought was such a cool approach to action games.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're always thinking about enemy grouping when you're playing these kinds of action games, right?
Yeah.
But okay,
Oh,
what if
wow.
you give them the ability to actually rope in an enemy and bring them to you. I thought that
Look
was
at that.
such an interesting
Yeah.
innovation that
Cool.
Amazon came up with. So because we lost the Devil Bringer, though, we needed to find another way to give Nero the ability to rope in the enemies, and so that's where the wire snatch comes in. The cool thing is, even if you don't have, regardless of which Devil Breaker you have, or even if you don't have any Devil Breakers in your inventory at that point in time, you're able to do the wire snatch.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because one of the things that's so frustrating in these types of games is when a combo is broken, and obviously this just cuts that out completely because you can bring the enemy straight to you and keep that thing going
これ
non-stop.
ワイヤースナッチのすごいいいところは結局コンボしている時に結局敵をやっぱりね自分にね持ってくるのはすごい気持ちいいんですよね。
あれうちの、若いスタッフが
そうですよね。
そうですねもうレベル4作る前からね
It's a good idea. That you can keep those enemies
ヴァンパイ
close.
アの新作作ろ
Oh.
うかとかカプコン
Keep those enemies close to
SNK3
you.
の新作作ろうかっていう話があった時に
That's cool. I like
やろ
that.
うとしたネタなんですよ
それ一応名前言ってもいいですかね。
鈴木
はいはいはい
鈴木亮さん
So, and actually the Devil Bringer and this wire snatch mechanic is a really interesting thing to talk about because so we have this amazing guy that is about my age, he's about 36 years old, but he got into Capcom when he was super young. He actually won a bunch of video game tournaments. His name is Yota Suzuki.
Okay.
Really cool guy, brilliant when it comes to video games. And
You're like, has a whip.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's where we got the
exactly.
idea.
Nidhogg
So
hatchling?
this guy, he worked with Isao-san for a long time, and they thought, you know what? What if someday we could make a new Darkstalkers game, or make like a new, let's say Capcom vs SNK3? And they were like, wouldn't it be cool if we could have that kind of mechanic for that kind of game?
Right.
They ended up using that mechanic then in DMC4.
That is really interesting.
Isn't that cool?
One of the things I saw on a loading screen briefly was that you can now taunt the enemies during the fight.
That's right. Yeah, man, you can taunt, and actually Okabe-san is showing off. He's been showing off the mid-air taunt as well, I believe. And yeah, by using the taunt as you're doing different combos and stuff, that also helps you raise your style rank as well.
Parasitic
Yeah,
Nidhogg.
there's
Oh, no
nothing
shit.
more Nero
Cool.
and Dante than taunting your enemies
やっぱ
mid-fight.
り挑発ってね、
うん
すごい探偵ネロらしいですよね。
そうですね
そうですね
いっぱい種類あるんでスタイリッシュランクに応じていっぱい種類があるんで
So
ぜひ楽し
actually,
んで
here's something new for you. Turns out that we actually have a couple different kinds of taunts, and depending on your style rank at the given time, you're going to do different taunts. So that's
Oh,
something
wow.
that
Oh, that's
when you play
cool.
the build, check it out and see what he does as you get higher and higher styles, what the taunt becomes.
So if you're S rank, you're really cocky,
Like,
right? So you're like mooning the enemy and stuff.
Look at that. Oh, that's cool.
すごいやつが出ます
Oh yeah, it'll be sweet. You should definitely check it out.
I can't wait. That's actually, I have a bad habit of taunting enemies in Dark Souls.
Cool.
And it does not go well. It rarely ends
他
well.
のレベルのダークソウルを遊ぶときに結構挑発してきちゃうしまうんですけど、そうするといつも攻撃されちゃうから、やっぱり気をつけないとなっていつも思うんですよね。
This is obviously a new setting as well for the game. It looks a lot like London in the UK, but I'm told that's not the actual name of the location.
なんか今回は、ね、新しい舞台だと思うんですけど、やっぱりすごいロンドン風に見えますよね。
ロンドンに今回スタッフが取材旅行に行っていろいろ写真撮ったり取材してますんでロンドンの取材してますね
Yeah, you know, you have a good eye for it. What we can say is a couple of us did actually go to London to kind of get samples of, you know, if we were to make a city, this isn't London, this is a place called Redgrave City.
Right.
I like her.
Fictional place. But if we were to make something that kind of looked like that, what kind of details would we take note of? Here you can see Okabe-san has gone to the telephone booth, and in the game, in this demo, we don't have all the functionality implemented. In fact,
Did you see it says DVL5 on the license plate?
Oh, did it? I
Yeah,
missed it.
DVL5 on the license plate.
You're able to, as the tutorial says, you're able to go to these telephone booths and call Nico over, and that way she'll bring the van over, and you can actually go into the van and upgrade all your stuff with red
It's
orbs.
like the pickers.
Right. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, as I said, the prosthetics and how they work in the game are so different from how I originally thought they would.
Right.
But I think it was definitely for the better. There's a couple fights where I had great pleasure in essentially ejecting it in a big explosion, which
Devil
I
May
think is
Cry
quite cool.
on
You
that.
just make the
That's
decision
cool.
to burn that arm
That
off.
is an awesome. Actually, I'm really glad you brought that up because I forgot to talk about it. But yes, we do have a move called Breakaway, and there's two different reasons you would want to use this. The thing is, you use this move, and just as you said, right at that point, you will break your arm away.
Yeah.
Just like he's doing now,
There
just
we
to
go.
show you. But by doing that, you can see that you lose one of your arms.
Right.
Now, there's two advantages. The first advantage is if for some reason you have an arm that you don't want to use. Let's say you're in a situation where you want to use a different arm. You can then break your current arm so you can go to the next one in your holster there. The other thing is this acts as an emergency evade. So you're going to see there's going to be certain moves in the game, especially with this Goliath that Okabe-san's about to fight here. By using that move, let's say he's going to have a move where he sucks you in to his stomach. And if
Yeah.
you use that move while you're getting sucked in, basically you'll evade out of it and won't get hurt.
Yeah. So it's interesting. There's different ways.
Oh, here we go.
To implement that. as a
Exactly,
tactic.
to use that move, right?
Yeah, it's great. Well,
Wow.
as much as I would
Yeah.
love
That is some scale.
boss fight, that is all the time we have.
Oh.
If you want to watch more of
Oh,
this
no, I don't want to watch more. I don't want to watch
Thumbs
more.
down. Thumbs
Thumbs
down.
down,
This video.
thumbs down this video.
Thumbs down this video.
Don't want to watch it. Boo.
Want to see me a boss fight? Come on.
Jdog, what did you think about what we saw?
Woohoo, baby.
B for badass.
Yeah. Triple S for super sexy style points.
It looks like an action fighting. It looks like an action fighter.
Oh yeah.
And
Big time.
I
Well,
love,
they've had 5 games to keep on iterating and
Yep,
improving.
Yep.
And I do like the arm thing. And I
Yeah.
like that there's arms to pick up throughout the level. I'm really happy for that. I wasn't 100% sure where they were going with
Oh
that.
yeah,
I was
when I
like,
first saw it, I was like, what
you're
the
going to
fuck
buy
is
it
this shit?
before the level and that's all you're going to get? Or,
yeah.
you know, so I was kind of wondering about that. I'm really glad to see multiple pickup points. That I think is probably my number one takeaway.
I agree.
this.
I agree 100%. You know, I'm interested to see what everybody else is thinking of Devil May Cry down below in the comments. You guys can let us know. Like the video if you enjoyed our No BS reactions. We'll see you right here next time for more honest content like this in the reaction zone.
Good night.
GG, you plebs.